Welcome back, everybody, to the Bigfoot Whisperers Hub. I am starting with the board. I feel like we should have a session this evening, and we'll see who comes forth. There's someone I did want to come forth, and we'll see if they are here. Someone that's never been talked to, who I have a lot of questions for. So who is here? J-O-S-P. Joseph. S-M-I-T-H. Joseph Smith. S-R. Joseph Smith Sr. Okay. So this is who I wanted to come forward. As you know, I was raised in the Mormon church. Pretty much my parents joined when I was 7. And faithful pretty much most of the time until 30. And I taught and was a temple goer, wore those funky garments for over 10 years. And the church just basically is kind of screws with your head, and it dominates. The church dominates your whole persona. You can still keep your own characteristic, but you are controlled by rules and regulations, and you are not to challenge any of those. If you are challenged, then you are, I call it disqualified, but you are penalized. And there's different ways they can penalize you for that, by taking things away from you. So we are talking to Joseph Smith Sr., who is Joseph Smith's, the prophet, Mormon prophet's father. Yes, and he is here. I chose not to talk to Joseph Smith because I really don't care anything about, Joseph Smith, but I think his father can give me a little bit more insight of the background of the family. So maybe he can give me a better understanding, he's pointing yes, to the Smith persona and what actually took place. I-W-I-L-L. I will S-H-A-R-E. I will share E-N-O-U-G-H. I will share, you forgot you. I will share enough. Yeah. So Joseph Smith Sr., the father of the prophet Joseph Smith, Mormon prophet, yes. I have done a lot of research, and I have actually written a book that's an ebook called Leaving Mormonism Behind by Robin Hyatt. Yes. I am F-A-M-I-L. I am familiar with it, yes. Did it upset you? No. Did you understand it? Yes. So, were you baptized in the Mormon faith? Yes. I-B-E-G-A-N. I began T-H-E, the T-R-A-N-C S-C, he's having a hard time, I-P-T. You began the transcript of the Book of Mormon? Yes. How did you begin the transcript of the Book of Mormon? He's having a hard time. L-I-V-E-R. Oliver. H-A-D. Had. A-C-O-P-Y. Had a copy of a S-T-O-R-Y. Had a copy of a story. Yes. T-H-A-T. That. W A S, that was SIM, similar to the Book of Mormon. Yes, he's pointing yes, yes. So Oliver Cowdery, yes, who was, oh, I forgot who he was. Hold on. Was he one of the witnesses of the Book of Mormon that they had in the Book of Mormon? Yes. HEWAS. He was SMART. He was smart. ABOUT. He was smart about. MONEY. He was smart about money. AND and WANTED and wanted. TO2 MAK, make a book. He wanted to make a book, a novel. Yes. And so, okay, Mr. Smith, you're telling me that Oliver Cowdery had a book that was similar to the Book of Mormon. Yes. And he wanted to change it up. Like, and I'm a writer, so I'm understanding what you're saying. He wanted to change it up to make it his own and make money off of it. So he was making a novel. Yes. He showed it to Joseph. Yes. And you? Yes. Okay. So we're going to stop with the board because I feel I'm really strong now. Okay, hold on. Okay, Mr. Smith, do you mind me calling you that? No. So we showed it to Joseph, and we were so excited because we knew this was something special, this book. I'm not going to tell you where Oliver got it from because I don't want to go there at this time. But we took it and we all three rewrote this book. After we rewrote this book, I didn't know, but my son was developing a different plan than what I had in my head. I just thought we could sell it, and we could tell everybody it was true, even though it was false. And like we found ancient records, gold records, and plates, actually, I said. But my son was developing a theory of something else in his head. And you're going to have to talk to him about that a little bit more at the beginning because he didn't keep me abreast of what he was wanting to do. My son loved attention. I loved attention. I was a storyteller. Yes, we were into magic. We were into the spiritual things. We've seen things in the forest, and we've seen things with spirits. But we would invite these spirits in, and we didn't care if they were not of good rapport. We just brought them in to us because we wanted to see them and talk to them. We were very interested on what happens on the other side. So let me get back to the story with Oliver and Joseph and myself. It took us several years to get this rewritten. Several years. We kept it hidden from everyone. My wife is the only one that did know. Lucy did know the truth, even though she has said all her life that she believes that Joseph Smith was a prophet. She knows the truth of the development of the stages of all of this, because it allowed her to have a lifestyle that she wanted. She wanted to not be poor. We were so poor. We were dirt poor. There's times we ate grass because we had nothing. I could not hold down a job. My wife did some darning and sewing for others, but it did not bring up much income. And until the boys got old enough, then I sent them out to work to bring in money because we needed it. I could not focus on other things besides the spiritual. And I knew that one day I would be rich. I knew it. I just had a feeling. And my son, as I saw him grow, I saw that he was special, that he was a special storyteller, that people liked him, that they believed him. All his lies that he would tell, they believed every single thing that he said. It was remarkable. He was remarkable. So he surpassed me in many areas, and he could convince anyone anything, and I seen it. And instead of making me scared, it made me in awe. So as the Book of Mormon did come out and people began to read it, it began a cult following all on its own. So as there was a cult following, and we were listening to the things that people said, that these people wanted a leader from this Book of Mormon. And who would be that leader? It would be my son. Oliver Cowdery did not have that sparkle like my son did. And so we chose Joseph to take this the full mile so we can make a lot of money. That was our goal, was to make money. And then you kind of, like you say, in this time, fame. We received fame. We received recognition. And for the most part, people cherished us. But there were those that were not falling for what we were doing. And they were actually the smart ones, the educated ones. So we'd received followers left and right, and left and right they came. Son sat down and talked with many of them by fireside, by church side, or just as they gathered at our home. It grew to impossible numbers. I followed him and watched it grow. I saw what he was becoming. He was actually becoming the prophet he said he was. Just so you know, this was from thought, greed, and possibly spirits that we had around us to lead us into attaining what we wanted to attain. I see now, as I am up in spirit, that this happened for a reason. We were pawns in a greater scheme. This is not of God. I want the people to know that the Book of Mormon is not of God. It was written and rewritten by 3 people. Myself, my son, and Oliver. And as we did that, just so you know, we just wanted to make money. It is not to be a religion. We had no idea to become a religion. We thought that was pretty outstanding, that people wanted a religion. And so we kept some of our ways, but we changed them to make them look spiritual. The temple, the sessions in the temple, came from our Masonic days. We just changed them, like we did everything. So those that are following, the Mormon faith. If it feels good to you, then stay. But just know that it was not of God, that all those things that you have said as you testify to the truthfulness of the church, you must be testifying to the truthfulness of your heart, because there is no church. It is not of God. It was never meant to be of God. It just evolved to that because people wanted it, and we let it happen, and we developed it. I saw my son get corrupt as he became popular, and I saw some of the things he did before I died. He was a womanizer. He liked women, and the church, quote, quote, church, gave him power over people in convincing them, let him marry their daughters, their wives. He was conniving. He would send men out into the field to do missionary work for this church, the supposed church that we developed. And then he would marry their wives and sleep with them once, twice. He just had to attain them. He slept with many, many, many women, and it became unruly, his stout nature. Many of you do not know the true Joseph Smith, Jr. He is my son, and I do love him. I direly loved his wife, Emma. She was a good soul. She put up with so much in this evolved religion, and her husband. She looked away. She knew of these other women. How could she not know? How could she not know? And she looked away. I'm not sure how much love she had for Joseph in the later years, but he was so good at conniving and talking people into things, even his wife. He did love her, but he loved himself the most. So know that you are following a religion that was designed to not be a religion. So come to that understanding. But if it makes you feel good, stay. Do it. Follow it. But no, I am not a part of it. I am not responsible for your souls. I am not. My son is. He is responsible. And then the next prophet and the next prophet, because they all know. They know the truth. They know that this church was based on nothing. So you have been duped. But, as I say, it is your choice. It is your choice. But what I challenge you to do, if you listen to this, any of those followers of this Book of Mormon, I challenge you to just develop a relationship with the only Jesus Christ. You need no more or no less than Jesus Christ and God. The Bible tells you so. The Bible is much more scripture than what we had written. What we had written is not. See it. We wrote it. We're not educated. But Oliver was. He was good. And I do believe we were inspired, but I don't know by what or who. So know that I challenge you to just follow God and Jesus Christ. They are the ones that will give you truth. They are the ones that will fill your heart with love. They are the ones that you should be talking to. Do not sing songs to praise my son. Do not do this. All right, I feel I've said enough. I have said enough because I'm getting all riled up. I do have anger problems. I've always had anger issues. But I want you to know the truth of where the Book of Mormon came from and where the development of this faith has come from. It's quite simple, very simple, but it has become quite corporate. And if I was still alive, that is what I would do, because that is where the money is. That is all I wanted, was fame and money. Look at these men that sit there, staunch, judgmental, and they know they have you in their hands. They have your souls. You have the right to challenge. You have the right to ask questions. You have every right to not pay them if you cannot. If you cannot pay your monies to this faith, then they should let you say it should be okay. You cannot pay? Okay. But no. All the way down the line, rules have come in place. Regulations have come in place. You must do this and you must do that, and you do not do that, there is a penalty. That is quite amazing to me. It is quite amazing to me that the human mind would accept that. I feel sorry for the souls. I feel sorry for the souls that basically give up their souls for such a farce. Even though I'm not an educated man, and I did take to my drink, and I do have anger issues, and I was not a very good father, and I was not a very good husband, but I am a man. And thus I must leave. I have said my piece. If you want to talk to me further, I'd be glad to come back. Thank you for this time. I have been wanting to talk to you as you had felt from last night, and I want to leave you in peace and love, and I want to leave you in honesty and integrity, that even though I have my faults, I am a man of integrity. So here I am, Joseph Smith Sr. I bid goodbye. All right, wow. That was really strong. I feel as I keep practicing with my mediumship, it gets stronger and stronger. And he was getting a little heated. My hands, I had them folded together and they're so tight. I'm not even going to expand upon that. I just hope and pray that people will see the truth for their heart. You know, if they feel Mormonism is for them, fabulous. I felt it was not for me. And I know many people say, well, you're not Mormon, you're anti-Mormon. Then, of course, you would have a reading like this. But really, I didn't know anything he was going to say. Um, I didn't know anything about a book they had found and written. And I think it was Oliver Cowdery. I don't know if he was a teacher. I'm trying to think. It's been a dozen years since I've been out of the church. So I just want you to have this as food for thought. I just want to promote information and thought. And I bless you with kindness and love and with the Spirit of Jesus Christ and God upon you. I do like what he said, because God and Jesus love you so much that call upon them, not a prophet, but them directly, and they will show you everything you need to know. They will bless you with everything you need. So trust them. I challenge you. Peace out.